here we are.
Wow.
And here's the massive amount. So we'll start at the beginning, shall we? Who of us has seen Spectacular Spider-Man?
Yeah.
You'll have to verbalise because I can't see any of you while I'm doing
Yes.
Me?
Yep.
I definitely have.
Okay, thoughts, opinions. Where shall we put it?
S tier.
Yeah, A or S tier, just because it's such a perfect look.
Definitely, yeah.
It's beautiful. I love the animation. Story is great in it. It's unquestionable. I think it's the best Spider-Man stuff out there.
It's been a very long time since I actually last watched any of it.
It's been a long time since I've watched it. I'm not saying like I've watched it recently, but I grew up watching that, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, it's all on Netflix.
Is it?
Yeah.
I know what I'm watching next.
I just remember some of the storylines here. It was so good, like, especially when like he got the Venom suit.
What's the general consensus then? S or A?
Oh,
I gotta say yes.
Yeah, I'll have to say S as well.
Okay. S tier it is. Transformers animated.
I'm leaving this to you guys.
You know, I'd say probably A or B tier.
Yeah.
See, it's far from my favourite, and I think the thing that really puts it off for me is the human characters in it. These like supervillain heroes, which I just don't think meshes with what Transformers is all about. It's such a strange show. It's got its highs, sure, like one of the best Megatrons in anything. But it just doesn't do enough for me. My inclination really is more C tier.
I think, like, I really enjoy the art. It's Derek J. Wyatt, isn't it, that does the art for animated?
No idea.
But yeah, I think the art style, it's different, it's unique, it's got its own flair. Story is like, the characterization of the story is really good. But
yeah.
So I'm gonna say, I don't know. I would say A or B, but I'm up for general consensus on this one
we will go with the general consensus.
Like, personally, I would put it at A, but if everyone else is feeling more towards B, then I could go with B.
I can settle with B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. I'm willing to.
I mean,
it's far from my personal favourite, but what were you saying, Dan?
I think like one of the things I absolutely love about animated is that it managed to be so radically different from anything we got before, while also being a love letter to everything that came before it.
Yeah.
And if it kept going, it would have gotten even better.
And and it has that factor of chins. So.
Chin for the win.
Well, this next one I can't talk about at all because I'm not going to watch it. But Voltron Legendary Defender, Dan and Anthony could probably talk about this one.
A tier.
It's great, honestly. It manages to take that sort of rather silly Power Rangers-y type formula of multicolored guys that get in robots and they form a bigger robot, and it manages to add like the more modern sensibilities in terms of like drama and character dynamics and actually really good writing.
And it has a brilliant soundtrack as well.
Soundtrack's great. The art style is excellent. I'd say A tier.
I might even say S tier on just like taking everything into account.
Isn't it? When you've got one person saying S, one person saying A, and the other two don't have any opinion whatsoever.
I'll go with A tier if that's what you feel like.
Yeah, I think A tier. Yeah.
It does. Think that Bradley's not seen it.
No.
Right. CW's for Flash.
I don't like it.
okay, the thing with the CW shows is that it varies greatly from season to season. I think The Flash as a whole is A, maybe B tier.
I think you're being generous there.
I think you're being fucking generous. I think it's D. I think it's low quality, man.
I think you're being too harsh there.
Hell no, man.
I am leaning more toward BC, personally.
I'm happy for C. I'm happy for C. I think B, we are being way too fucking generous.
For me, I really enjoyed the first 3 seasons. But, I mean, season 4's okay, but it's just over time I feel like it's severely degraded in quality. And like by the time of Crisis on Infinite Earths, like I've got no reason to go back to it now. I feel like a lot with most of the Arrowverse shows. After that point, I now just feel like I have no interest whatsoever. It started off super strong, super strong. But now I'm sort of keeping up to date with what's happening in the current season, but I'm like, what the hell is going on here? For that reason, then I might say C personally.
I'm happy.
See, if it were me, I'd put it at B. But if we're going,
these rankings can change. I'm already questioning the Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I'm happy to move that down to an A because I see the Spider-Man next to Merlin, and I much prefer that Spider-Man above that Spider-Man. So why would that Spider-Man be on S tier?
I mean,
I'm just throwing that out there. But so I'm happy for it to be on C. I'm happy for us to move it up if we're
because I think
if something comes along.
I think one of the best things about The Flash is Grant Gustin.
Yeah.
Because Grant Gustin, like, it's different from like your Justice League or your DC animated series, but like he embodies the role and he seems like he really enjoys playing the Flash.
Yeah.
And that enthusiasm, I think, for me, comes across and it sort of sells the performance more. I like the guy that plays Cisco. I think he's cool.
He's leaving, this season he and Tom Cavanaugh are leaving.
Oh. I need to catch up because I like Tom Cavanaugh as well. I think he's great.
Oh yeah, Tom Cavanaugh in all the seasons is brilliant. I didn't know they were leaving.
Yeah, it was announced the other day.
Oh shit! Like Tom Cavanaugh, that's gonna be weird. Like because I'm used to his characters leaving, but he always comes. He's like the fucking Purple Man. He always comes back.
To me, then that kind of signifies that the show's in its final stretch.
I agree.
I mean,
yeah, I think if overall we're thinking C, I'm happy to put it there. I'd personally put it higher, but
I'm happy for C.
Yeah, I'll settle for C as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't possibly comment on Smallville, but I assume I can.
S.
No, it's
S.
You're just a huge fan.
S.
A.
I have never actually properly watched it.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I have seen disjointed. I know it laid the foundation of like the CW shows, and I've seen a lot of disjointed clips of it, how it did like Justice Society and everything. But I've never sat down and like watched it all properly.
To be fair, I do get the criticism in like because the policy of the writing team on Smallville was no flights, no tights. So that was their excuse for not having Clark fly, or for having them in their full comic costume.
So, hey, that's enough already.
That rule applied to Dr. Fate, though, did it?
No, it didn't. Like the Justice Society guys looked great. Smallville.
Let's just add.
Alright.
Probably
Oh,
I did.
I fucking got rid of S. Hang on.
I do have like a singular frustration with the CW shows, and it's not strictly their fault. I think it's more of a Warner Brothers thing, and like it's been done in the current CW universe, and also it was done in Smallville as well. Is that they tease the actual full roster of the DC comics. Like in both instances, we've had the Justice League teased like so much, but they never managed to actually fulfill that kind of promise of getting to that point. Like neither in Smallville or Flash, they haven't been able to touch like Bruce Wayne Batman, for instance.
Mm.
And even though I think CW must have been planning to do it at some point, they teased Green Lantern Hal Jordan a shocking amount in Flash season 1 and Arrow season 4. Nothing came of that.
I think so, and I can't give it an S, man. I'm sorry. Like, I can't sleep tonight if I'm giving Smallville an S.
See, this show, like, it's such a big part of like my childhood and my awareness of characters like Superman and Green Arrow and.
Another thing stopping me from watching Smallville is the knowledge of what Chloe's actress did.
Yeah, but
What happened there?
So she was arrested for being part of a sex cult.
A-tier. It's an instant enough. You know what?
I've brought this up before about Alison Mack.
I think so. Look at how many shows we've got.
Yeah,
we can't have so many shows.
All right, I will concede and I will put Smallville in A.
Okay.
I'm not happy about it. I think I'll cry later. But you know, I'm happy to.
We have the new category that I've added as well in case.
Honest opinion.
Yeah, like only one of us have seen it. CW's Arrow. Oh boy.
A tier.
That's generous.
A tier again.
That's generous.
Guys, come on. I know you like the shows, but I like Game of Thrones, and I'm going to rip into it when we get to it.
Okay.
I like Doctor Who, but I'm going to rip into it.
Okay, well, I will. With Arrow, I'll set her for B tier.
I'm going to say straight C tier. Again, my exact same.
E and C.
My reasoning is exactly the same as Flash. It started super strong, but by season 5, I couldn't give a shit anymore. I know that's controversial because season 5 is really liked, but I just did not get into it at all.
Okay, I'm gonna put in like a counterpoint for that because I acknowledge that Flash does have some major stagnation that happens, like in like some of the later seasons, but I agree Arrow does have that the same to an extent, but I don't think it's as bad as Flash.
For me, like when I was doing these, I enjoyed going through Flash, but then when I realised I have to do an Arrow episode, I just Season 1, great. Season 2, great. Season 3, I know. Yeah, it's okay. See, even season 4, I know people don't like season 4, but I was like, it's, Damien is a good villain, but season 5, like at that point, it might have been because I was trying to balance the other shows alongside. It probably was that, but Arrow was just the humongous weak link at that point, and I straight C tier.
5 is the one where he gets like Mr. Terrific and all that, right?
Yeah. And I think that's the thing because I can't stand those characters at all.
How dare you?
I hate them. I can't. they completely destroyed my enjoyability of it, and since then I've just not cared.
You must have been happy with Crisis then, because they were hardly fucking in it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Crisis.
Yeah, I'm willing to put it. I'm willing to put it with the Flash.
Anybody else?
I can't say, but I'm happy for that.
I'll
I'm not a
tolerate
fan
that.
of the CW stuff, so I'd probably
Again,
put it in F
like
tier,
with
but
Stephen Amell is good in the role.
Yeah.
I think he's a decent actor. Like,
As is John Barrowman.
I have no problems with John Barrowman actually.
Yeah.
Like he's not
I've no problem with him either.
he's not the one I want to murder.
Good.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it later.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
get Arrow on that list.
C tier. Okay, the Batman.
Can I just
do it.
want to clarify which one is this?
This one. Hang on. Let me get.
It's the one with Jamaican Joker.
Yeah. It's not
Hang
like
on,
any of the originals. It's
What year was it?
2004.
Yeah.
I was actually very surprised to hear that you had seen this, Lawrence,
I'd seen bits and pieces of it.
Oh,
because it was the series that got me into Batman.
Yeah, I've not seen all of it. Like I've only seen bits from season 1, but
Oh, it's good.
I used to watch
The
it
Batman
a
is good.
fair bit back in the day. But my memory is so rusty, I don't have enough of an opinion.
I cannot give it more than a C.
I want to put it at A, to be honest.
No chance. No chance. I'm putting that.
Think
I'm not going to
I
stick to my.
I watched this when I was a kid and I really enjoyed it. But I think B.
Better
I'm happy with B. There is much better Batman series out there.
Oh,
for me.
yeah.
and that I can agree on that.
So
Like,
no
okay,
way can we put that on A.
all right, put it on B then, because I think I enjoyed it more than Arrow and Flash, to be honest.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's why I think Arrow and Flash are way too high. Those shows are dog shit compared to some of the shows
They're not
on
dog
this
shit.
list. They are to some of the shows on this list.
Yes,
I see
agreed.
Avatar there. No way. Because I know we're all putting Avatar S tier, is Voltron near to Avatar? So I don't know what we're doing with this list. But those are way too fucking high.
But with like the Batman, I think
Well, things will change, Bradley. Things will
Oh,
change.
they will. Trust me. I'm going to be vetoing some shit. We're going to have the EU debacle in here.
Oh,
I think again it's kind of like with Transformers animated and stuff. The Batman has a very sort of unique aesthetic and art style.
Yeah.
And like I like most of what they did with most of the designs. The design for Joker's a bit sort of weird.
I think like the Batman's Joker has a unique charm to him. I think.
Yeah.
Like another character that I think they did really well in the series was Hugo Strange. The only villains the Batman really butchered were Bane and Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, because that's one thing Batman the animated series did really well was Mr. Freeze. So where are we putting it?
Yeah, where are we putting the Batman?
B for Batman.
B. Sure.
Oh.
All right, B.
Do you know what? So far we've been quite positive overall, I think.
I am vetoing some stuff. Don't you worry.
Okay.
That's all right.
Merlin, BBC's Merlin. Well, for me, I'm slightly biased. For me, it's S.
Definitely, yeah.
But I am willing to drop down to A.
I agree with Lawrence.
It would be an S if it wasn't for that fucking finale.
Hey, I've got no problem with the finale, honestly.
Well, I really enjoyed the finale.
It is horseshit.
No,
it's not the most egregious. It's not the most egregious season finale of something I've seen.
Yes,
before.
Lawrence. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No, it isn't. Trust me. There's one on the list, and I can see it on the list right now that has a way more egregious ending.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't seen the latest volume of RWBY, so.
He's not talking about that. I know what he's talking about.
GOT, my friend. GOT.
And I've got opinions about that as well. But Merlin, the great in Merlin, it's just everything. Like Colin Morgan, Bradley James, Katie McGrath, everybody in that is superb. Anthony Head, You know, the stories on the whole, yes, it's got its cheesy filler episodes here and there, which is probably enough to bring it down to A. But
Okay,
but
it's a fair
it's
point.
I
it's
feel like
so nostalgic for me, and it's so just pure good quality stuff. 9 times out of 10, that I've got to put it high.
I just feel like season 5 of Merlin lets it down because, like, the first 4 seasons of Merlin, no, great. They were slowly building up to like Mordred and everything, and I've gone on about this a whole lot. It feels like it was meant to go on for another few seasons at least, but they got docked with season 5, and because season 5 just seems so hastily thrown together in comparison to the seasons leading up to it.
I think on the whole, Series 5 is able to retain the same quality in general as its peers. Yeah, there are things about like Arthur only finding out Merlin's got magic in the final episode. I mean, that is a bit daft. And the whole Mordred thing maybe not living up to the expectations. But on the whole, Series 5 is still the same good quality, I feel. I do not consciously register any dip in quality at all.
Neither do I, to be honest. And I think John Hurt as Kilgara is just
I don't know. It's just,
right.
The Merlin finale, it hurt me, Lawrence.
Okay, so I'm happy to put that on there. I'm happy to put that on there, but no razor.
Okay.
Cool.
What do we? Are we happy to put it on A, Lawrence?
I'm happy.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Right.
What we got next?
The 90s Spider-Man.
First V2 of the night. Drop Spider-Man down to A. That Spider-Man is on S.
Ooh.
I have not seen 90 Spider-Man in ages.
Then you haven't lived.
Like
So
the most recent thing of 90 Spider-Man that I have in my memory is a clip of him in the black suit screaming at Shocker.
You see, I actually watched the Hobgoblin 2-parter just the other day, actually.
Good.
It's good.
Right. I think it's tough because I recognise the quality of Spectacular Spider-Man being better than the 90s. I know the 90s is fantastic, don't get me wrong.
It is.
But it is flawed by animation errors all over the show.
It is, but that's just because of the times.
Yeah. Especially towards the end of the show's run, you can tell the budget was sort of getting less.
But this had more seasons than it did Spectacular.
Yeah, I'm happy for them to share the same ranking.
Oh, Chan.
Ranking may be. Personally, I'm flicking over to see your reactions.
Well, we all have. People know my opinion. I know they know what I want. They know what Lawrence wants, guys.
I would put it in S as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know about moving Spectacular down.
Yeah, no. I don't know about moving it down either.
No.
Madness.
I mean, the general consensus it's S and Spectacular staying put. Right, RWBY.
No idea. I don't watch this.
I don't either, so...
Oh boy, what can I say about RWBY? Volumes 1 through 3 are bloody amazing, and then, like, unfortunately, its creator and lead animator died, and... Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And it took a bit of a nosedive. It's on a recovery, but the volume finale of the last season, whatever you call it, I hate it so much.
Honestly, I'd put RWBY at B.
Yeah, I'm thinking B as well, probably, because the quality of the first 3 volumes is so good for me. The fight animation is spectacular. I think it was a time when it wasn't bogged down by plot, where character development reigned supreme. And it like the thing that drew me to RWBY was that it has amazing characters. It's the same reason I got into She-Ra. Like I heard about this thing called RWBY when doing Red versus Blue, which I didn't actually put on this list. Whoops. But like, I heard about this thing called RWBY that was all the rage and Rooster Teeth and all of that, and like, I checked it out, and then I was like, holy crap, yes! And I tried to get badly into it, and I showed you the red trailer of it, but
it actually did look good.
yeah, but like it was the characters more than anything else. I thought was absolutely splendid, and Volume 3, like that, the finale of that. Oh my god! Like I binged the first 3 seasons of it in as many nights, and I have never been so dramatically affected by a character death.
I know, you haven't stopped talking about it for 5 years.
Yeah, and this is just before Volume 4 came out. But yeah, Volumes 4 and 5. I mean, 4's okay, but this is where the plot developments start to be really, really, really enforced, and it loses the magic. Plus, it moves over to a different animation engine as well, which takes a bit of getting used to, even if it is fundamentally superior to the old one. Volume 5 is a dog pile of shit. Well, it is. Volume 6, it's okay. I sung its praises back in the day. I've yet to actually go back and rewatch Volume 6, but RWBY has this annoying pattern since 3, where you have a travel volume and then you have an entire volume set in the destination that they spent the last one getting to.
Yeah, I think they're following the shonen framework a bit too much.
It has its pros and its cons, and then in volumes 7 and 8, we've got this 2-season-long arc in this new location, which has been a bit better quality than its previous ones. But yeah, I think just some of the cons that it's had in recent years does drop it down all the way to B for me. Like, I enjoy it more than Flash and Arrow, so I can't put it on C with them. Therefore, I think I've got to go B.
All right.
As much as I love the premise of it, and I love the characters, and I love the world, and I love the action. You know, it's just these little things here and there which just hold it back for me. And I would love to put it higher, but I can't currently, unless it has a major step up and doesn't repeat the mistakes of the last volume finale, which
I'm looking for it.
I can't say what it is because Dan's not caught up yet, but it annoyed me so much.
I look forward to seeing the source of your pain.
Oh, it's a case of like, why would you do this so soon after doing this? Ah, and I wish I could, but I can't.
Right, next program.
Agents of Shield.
Like that one's really recent for me. I really enjoyed Agents of Shield.
Tricky for me. I've only seen the first 2 seasons.
I watched it as it was coming out.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it overall, though I've not seen season 7. So
season 7's really good.
That's alright, then I'll watch it at some point, I guess. It's season 7's the final one, right?
Yeah. Seasons 4 and 5, like especially, have a tendency of being very kind of like very much build up, and then season 5 does kind of have what I think was a bit of a misfire. And like season 6 wasn't the best either, but season 7 was brilliant. So I want to put that at A.
I think in A or B, but I'm happy with it to stay in like B.
Yes, it is going in B. I just don't like it. I don't like these. It was back when like the Marvel shows are just so like garbage for me personally, and just cheap. Like they couldn't ever match anything like from the Marvel universe, and it's just whenever I go from like watching that Marvel stuff to watching Agents of Shield, it's just always like, this is just not the same, man. The quality and the interest of the stories are just not the same, man.
Oh, you know what? I should have put on these. I should have put the Netflix Marvel shows on.
Uh,
You guys should have said something because
Oh,
Do you know what, man? I completely forgot.
there's one, but I can't look. I can't be giving it A.
okay, we'll put it at B then, because
B?
it's better than Arrow and Flash.
Okay, with that reasoning, I agree. I agree with that.
oh,
I like Clark Gregg. I think he's good as Coulson. Coulson's an interesting character, and he's an interesting character for the show to make him lead. I guess it's like an interesting standpoint of
And like Fitz was a brilliant character overall.
I think, and his dynamic with Simmons as well is pretty good.
Yeah.
And Chloe Bennett's good as well. She's good in it.
Chloe Bennett, Quake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how we're just glossing over May.
Oh, Ming-Na Wen, she's great. Like, I love her.
I'll go B because I've just again I've only seen seasons 1 and 2. In my memory is very foggy of it, but yeah, if you say B, B's fine.
I'm happy with B.